Being a water-related person, I always wanted to have a boat. And actually bought one in 2001, which was a power catamaran, but which was not reliable enough for me to do the travels which I really wanted to. This was really a short distance boat. So after extensive research, I had magazines, I looked at the internet, I went to every show possible, talked to people. I came to the conclusion that the Nordhavn is the boat I want. So one day we drove to Stuart and met Ray. And Ray was a very experienced sailor, and he gave us a lot of interesting information and helped us a lot through the process. So within 2 days we were certainly want to have a 55 without even seeing one, because it wasn't available at that time. It was just a project. So we ordered, shortly after we ordered the 55, and Ray actually helped us selling the old boat. Within a week it was gone, amazingly. And our waiting process started. We made all the designs and changes and whatever we wanted to. So we made this boat totally double. Everything is double on the boat, from the propulsion to the water makers to the generators to the electronic. Everything is double. So when everything fails, we have it in a second copy or even more. And then one day the building process started in China, and I had actually the chance to travel together with Ray to China, to the factory, and visit it. And it was a big eye-opener. The factory was like nothing I had never seen, and it was clean like nothing. And fiberglass plants usually are not very clean. And this one was amazing. I mean, people slept on the floor during lunch break and stuff, and everything was really miraculous. To me it was, I was astonished totally by the motivation of the staff there and by the quality of the work they did. It was amazing. I mean, look at the wood finishing in these boats. I mean, it tells you everything. So in the end we got the boat, like 1.5 years later, after ordering it, we got the boat, and the process of commissioning it with Ray and the crew in Stuart was actually a very interesting one, important one. And actually just for Christmas 2006 we got the boat delivered, and we went out to our first trip to the Bahamas, which was in big storms. But it was a good experience for us. The boat did wonderfully, and it was a very positive experience all in all. We did equip this ship with Nightworks diving compressor and all the diving equipment, and one of our main tasks, being divers our whole lives, has been exploring all the famous and good dive spots in the Caribbean, and lately in the Pacific. So we have been Galapagos, we have been Cocos, we have been Clipperton, Socorro Islands, and with people, I mean with crews from just the 2 of us to 6 people at the maximum, and everything really was working fantastic, and we had wonderful times on board. Among our thousands of good dives we did from this ship, there is really one place which stands out, which we have discovered after several years. It's called the Hochstein Reef. It's a very southern reef of the Bahamas. Actually it's an atoll in the Caribbean, and there is a very little tiny island which comes up, which is inhabited by about 500,000 of birds, and all around there's a huge reef which we have been diving, and it's a really remote area. Nobody ever gets there. We usually have been there alone on our boat, nobody else, and the diving is really spectacular. It's with dozens of eagle rays on almost every dive, groupers, sharks, anything turns up there. The water is crystal clear, and it's you're really in the middle of nature on this boat, comfortable, nice, and yeah, it's really a one-of-a-kind experience which you are not possible to have without a boat like that.
The boat Starfish for me is like another home. We live in Switzerland in a nice home, but here on Starfish everything is easy, like in the kitchen at home. I like the cooking, and if I'm here on Starfish, I really do a lot of cakes and nice dinners, and we like to sit together for the breakfast, even if it's 7 o'clock, because we like to be in the water at 8 o'clock.
Talking about the technical part of Nordhavn, when we bought the boat, we had a really excellent help in choosing the spares we needed, so that during the last 6 years, whenever something happened, we had the spare necessary. So we never had to fly in or call in emergency supply or whatever. We were really totally equipped, even with more severe parts to change, like a diesel pump. And I have to talk about the service in general. I mean, like oil changes, filter changes, they are really easy. The machines are constructed easily, so it's very accessible. And the systems like oil change pumps and all that make it a clean job, which is nice to have, because otherwise it's really a dirty, messy job. But on these Nordhavns it's really clean. You don't get in contact with the dirty oil and all that stuff. It's perfectly set up. So that's Jurg Beeli. Thank you for looking to this presentation. I'm here in Dana Point on board my ship Starfish. Thank you very much.